Yeah, so we'll just get right into this. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we have Matt Knows Ball, also known as Matt Kamara, on the podcast.
What's
We
going
went
on,
through,
guys?
we had a little bit of some ruffled feathers with one of our latest segments of a start bench sit containing Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant. Through that, we were able to connect with Matt, and it seems like Matt and Michael might have a little bit of a disagreement that we're going to get sweaty on the pod and get right down
Oh,
to.
super sweaty.
Oh yeah, sweating.
I'm already sweating.
I'm
So,
ready to sweat.
for those that don't know, I want both you guys to take your position, state your case, and then we're gonna start getting into things. I'll ask a couple of prompts, but for the most part, I want like you guys to run rampant and just do your thing.
Let's do it.
Perfect. You go first, Michael.
All right, sounds good. So kind of just to reiterate what Osama said, we had a debate recently on our podcast between Kobe, LeBron, and KD, and it was a start bench cut. I cut Kobe. Matt stitched that video and said that it was kind of the wrong decision, essentially. Do you want to put words in your mouth? There's
Honestly,
what? Go ahead.
honestly, I was probably less nice. I think I said anybody who thinks Kevin Durant's better than Kobe doesn't know ball. I didn't know this guy. You know what I mean? So I was hating. I was like, this is
Yeah.
this is
Word
ridiculous.
for word, if
Amen.
you like Kevin Durant more than Kobe Bryant, or if you think Kevin Durant's better than Kobe Bryant, you do not know basketball.
I was hating. I think it was ridiculous, but I'll admit to that. I'm fair about
Amen. Any publicity is good publicity to me.
it. Agreed. Agreed. We could all use it.
One thing I will say about Kobe, I'll say he had a greater legacy than KD, but I think KD is a better basketball player than Kobe, if that makes sense.
I think that to me, I feel like this has only come around since TikTok and since Kobe
Right,
passed, and since
right.
people got into this love of the Hezzy pull and the tween cross pull up. And I have to hear about how Kyrie's better than Chris Paul and all these players who just have crazy bag. Always are. KD and Kyrie are the two culprits that I hate on the most for this. But I feel like they had, in my opinion, just to me, I feel like you could say that their scoring is at least similar. Their scoring,
Okay.
I can live if a guy does top five scorers of all time, right? And he puts Kevin Durant over Kobe, I can live with that. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's where you're coming from and saying
Yes.
that KD's a better scorer. I think
That
we
that
could,
would be the main stance that I have.
yeah, yeah. I think that we could come to an agreement though that it's at least close.
Yeah,
Like,
for
like
sure.
Kobe's there for sure. And
Yeah,
then to
Kobe's one of the
me,
greatest to ever do it.
I think the gap comes on the side of defense. I think Kevin Durant in his prime was a good defender. I don't know about a great defender. I think Kobe's one of the only guys in NBA history who has an argument to say that he was the best offensive player and the best defensive player at the same time. I wouldn't make the case Tim Duncan's a better defender. I think Tim Duncan's the second best defensive player of all time. But
Yeah,
Kobe was
probably.
a top five defender and a top five offensive player at the same time. I think he was the best offensive player. So to me, it's like if the scoring gap is here, I think the defensive gap is huge.
I don't know. I think you're underrating KD's maybe not on ball defense, but his versatility and his way that he can read his zone coverage. That I don't want to say he can guard 1 through 5 because he probably can't guard big men at least nowadays, but he can guard 1 through 4 no problem.
Yeah, yeah, he has the length and the versatility to come up off the weak side and get blocks and be helpful at
Right.
the basket. But I think for being a guard, I think Kobe was also super impressive in terms of help defense. And I mean, Kevin Durant never got an all defensive team. I think that he's a good defender. He's an above average defender. He's a good, serviceable, solid backline help defender. But when's the last time you really saw KD get down, put the hands out, you know what I mean, and put somebody in hell? You know, what I mean, I've never seen that.
Fair enough. I think Kobe's later all defensive teams, if you whether you want to call it like 2008 and on, I think they're mostly based on his name value. To be honest with
I,
you,
I agree.
not
Legacy
saying that he was a
defensive
bad
teams
defender
towards
at
the end,
all.
for
Exactly.
sure, for sure.
So I
I
think
want to
that's
jump in and ask, where do you guys have both these players ranked all time?
So when I did my list, Kobe to me is one of the hardest players to rank of all time
agreed.
because a lot of people I know will put him below Magic Johnson or put him below Larry Bird, and I just don't think that's the case. I think I have Kobe. I think I have Kobe at five,
Yeah.
and I
I think
think
you
he
said
was.
you said 4 to 6, right? In your
Yeah,
video.
I think. So to go back to the start bench cut debate, I think that LeBron obviously start right.
Right.
But to
Yeah.
me, my explanation was I think LeBron's 1 to 3. I have him at 1. I think a lot of people have him at 2.
Good man.
You could, if you want to put Kareem over him, you're old. You know what I mean? Whatever, that's fine. But there's 3 guys who are guaranteed top 3, and then I think Kobe, you can put him anywhere from 4 to like 7. I have Kevin Durant outside of my top 10. I don't know where you have him at. I have him outside of my top 10, maybe like 13.
Honestly, I have both of these guys outside of my top 10.
Oh wow.
Yes.
I figured that you were gonna have KD at like 9 or something. I thought we were gonna argue about that for sure.
Since we're on, I mean, fuck it, we're on the top 10 list. We might as well just kind of argue. So I have some names down. I think there's a few that are undebatably better than Kobe and KD, and then the rest are maybe up for a debate.
Okay, I can agree with that.
LeBron and MJ are clear cut 1 and 2. Doesn't matter the order. Those are the 2 best players ever, right?
Agreed.
And then these are like some names that I think are better than both players. Chime in whenever you want. Bird, Duncan, Shaq, Kareem, Hakeem, Steph, Magic. I wanted to put Bill Russell in there, but like not.
I gotta say, I don't really do it with the old guys. You know what I mean?
I think the cutoff is like Kareem, and then it's like, everyone else is.
I don't have Wilt or Bill Russell in my top 10 either. So
No?
a lot of people will freak out about that. I don't think either of those guys are better.
Game, the cameras weren't even on.
That's all I'm saying. No, I'm not a Wilt didn't score 100 truther, but like it was a different time. There was like 8 teams in the league. You know what I mean? You could never rattle off. You could build the greatest team ever assembled. You're not rattling off 11 championships in today's NBA. So to me, we can remove Wilt and Bill Russell from the conversation. Although I will say I have them both above Kevin Durant.
Really?
I have Wilt and Bill. Those are my 2 guys before. So like I think I have Hakeem at like 10, and I would have Wilt and Bill Russell right there after him, and then I have KD.
Okay.
And honest to God, I could put KD lower. I think KD's great. I don't see how this guy. I mean, if Jokic retires right now, maybe I'm tripping, but I think
I'm on board with this argument. Jokic is kind of a better basketball player than Kevin Durant.
If Giannis wins one more MVP, never wins another chip, he has a very, very similar resume to Kevin Durant, in my opinion.
What's holding KD outside of like your, let's call it top 12, top 13?
So to me, right, as a Warriors fan, I'm probably biased, but at the end of the day, I think Kevin Durant played the best in those 2 championships with the Warriors. I don't think he was the best player though. I think he was the second best. Like, it's hard to explain my stance on that, but I hope you understand what I mean. It's like Kevin Durant played the best because everybody was worried about Steph. And your team was so great. But to me, the most important thing you can do in basketball, I think we can all agree on this. Number 1 most important thing you can do on basketball is lead a team to a championship as the guy, undisputed number 1. Kobe didn't do that until Shaq left. So we can have that argument. But to me, the most important thing is leading a team to a championship. Hopefully, you know, I mean, your own team, not joining someone else's team. As much as I love Kevin Durant, like, if Draymond doesn't get suspended, we're coming off of back-to-back chips that year. And we came back from a 3-1 lead to beat KD, where KD played terrible and choked, honestly, in that series. Him and Russ, huge gag job in 2016.
Don't leave out Harden either.
Oh, Harden was stinky. Harden was bad in that series. That was bad. But that's my thing. So to me, the most important thing is to lead a team to a championship as the 1. And the second most important thing is win an MVP. And I don't think he's ever really led his own team. I think that was Steph's team. And he's only got 1 MVP. So does Kobe. But I think Kobe's had more seasons at an MVP level. So to me, that's what's holding him outside of the top 10. All those other guys, I mean, you go Larry. Larry took a team to a chip. Duncan took a team to a chip. Duncan carried David Robinson, who sucked every year in the playoffs, if we really want to have that conversation, but we'll stay out of that. All those guys that we named, Hakeem did it twice, even though Jordan was retired, but Hakeem did it twice. I mean, all of the guys, Magic did it, Kareem did it, Bron did it, Jordan did it. And I just don't think, and all those guys have multiple MVPs. I just can't put KD up there like that. And to me, Kobe, although he only has 1 MVP, Pau Gasol was the second best player on his team when he won the chip.
Pau was good, man. Pau was good.
Pau was great, But if we were doing an all-time draft, I don't think a soul would pick Pau Gasol before Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry. You know what I mean? He was great.
Well, I mean, KD didn't have Rockets Harden.
Fair.
He had
Harden was a stretch. I was thinking of Nets Harden.
He was very good on OKC. He was very good. Don't get me wrong.
I was thinking of Nets Harden, but they were all hurt. So that's
fine. I mean, if KD's shoe was smaller, maybe they would have won that series.
You know what I hate? You know what I hate about that? You're right. He was right there. And like I said, I'm a KD guy. This sucks because I'm going to get looked at. The comments, this guy hates Kevin Durant. No, dude, he's one of my favorite players ever. But if LeBron did that, they would be like, what a dumbass. Should have stepped back farther. You know, like if LeBron did that, there would be no, like, if his foot was one size smaller, it would be like no game awareness. He's not paying attention to where he is on the court. Right. But we don't have to get into the LeBron thing. What makes you put KD that high? What's your beside? I mean, I know we said I think you probably think he's the greatest scorer ever, but
I don't. To me, LeBron is the greatest scorer ever. But that's another argument for another day.
I think that's fair.
I mean, he literally holds the record, so
ain't nobody else touching that.
There's two things for me in terms of being an offensive talent that separate KD and Kobe for me. And kind of to reiterate what you said between their defense, you said Kobe is here and KD is here. I think for offense, it's kind of the reverse because I think KD can kind of seamlessly fit into any system. He did it with Brooklyn. I know he didn't have much success in Phoenix, but they fit very well between Booker and, Beal, two very ball dominant players. He can play off ball. He doesn't
shockingly
run the offense. So yeah, right. You'd think he need the ball in his hand, but he doesn't. And it's the efficiency. Honestly, he's a 50, 40, 90 guy. He's coming off an Achilles tear at, I think it was 31 when he tore it, if I'm not wrong. And he's still dropping 27. Like he's unbelievable in his offensive capabilities. He can score every way at all three levels. And there's one thing that I heard Max Kellerman say, and I think it was his best take and only good take ever. It says that Kobe was the best bad shot maker ever. And that's not a jab at Kobe. I kind of take it as a very good thing to say because, Kobe's elbow game, his mid-range game is untouchable, right? Off the dribble, that guy's fucking insane. And, got two hands in his face. Sure, he can do it, no problem. But he needed a lot more shots to do it. And he wasn't as efficient as KD, which kind of separates them from me.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that there's always an argument with a guy who's a quote unquote bad shot maker. Like when you talk about like Paul George, it's like his whole thing is just making tough shots. And then the second that those tough shots dry up, it's just, shit. Like, fuck, we're just shooting step back middies. We're just shooting step back middies off the glass and getting locked up. So like, I get what you mean. But I think the efficiency thing, in my opinion, to some extent is overblown. I did do some basketball reference before this, just something I can have this pulled up. So Kobe in 2006 averaged 35.4 points per game on 45, 35, 85. 45 maybe a little low. Technically, it wasn't actually 35. It was like 34.8, but I rounded.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think that's fair.
0.2%.
Yeah. I don't think any of us are dying on that. But I think that that's the most impressive scoring season either than that. And to me, the efficiency gap is less of a result of Kobe and more of a result of the era he played in. Because, I mean, they didn't call it the dead ball era for no reason. You know what I mean? Kevin Durant's playing in a pace and space era where, like I said, I agree with you, most plug-and-play player ever to me. Right. You could put him anywhere, he would be perfect. But also, I mean, this is the era of efficiency. This is the era of, you have the space to go to work. Kobe was playing in literally the dead ball era. And still, 45, 35, 85 is pretty decent. Like, I mean,
it's still good.
That was above league average from three. That's really good from the free throw line. And that's more points a game in a tougher scoring era. Also, to me, Kobe had much better rim pressure than Kevin Durant ever had. Excuse me. And like, okay, so Kevin Durant in his younger years, he could get to the rim, but that's not where he was going. He wasn't driving to the basket.
He's a jump shot guy.
And as nasty as it is, I think Kobe was a better passer. A lot of people, Kobe gets the rap of hates passing the ball. All he wants to do is just chuck up BS. But Kobe was getting to the rim all game. And when he got to the rim, I mean, don't get me wrong, he was playing with Shaq. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to give the ball to
Mhm.
Shaq. You know what I mean? But
Right.
he has some crazy highlight passes. Not to just, go into the highlights, but like the dude I think he was a great passer. I think he was much better at getting to the rim and had the same level of mid range game. I think probably a similar 3-point game. I mean, KD obviously shoots way more of them. They're both mid range guys at the end of the day, but Kobe did a great job of putting the defense in rotation. Kobe would get by guys and everybody was diving at the rim. You know what I mean? And I think that he was a better passer. It looked like you disagreed on that though, so I kind of want to hear your take on it.
I don't know. I'd say Kobe was a flashier passer, but I think KD can understand what the offense needs and play more to his teammates' capabilities than Kobe could have.
I think that's fair. I do think also neither of these guys are passers, so does it really
no,
matter?
They're pure
Does it
bad
really?
guys.
I'm not sitting here like he's better because he averaged zero point 0.6 more assists per game. I looked at it on Basketball Reference. That's not my take, but I think also just to give both of these guys props, is it not? I tried to go look at this and I was like, man, Kobe had insane longevity, kind of underrated because of LeBron. KD also insane longevity.
Oh, yeah.
These guys,
he's
especially
still doing it, man.
Especially when you were talking about tore the Achilles. Both of these guys tore their Achilles, came back, and were still elite. Like,
yeah,
this is two guys who deserve all the props in the world for what they've done, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, but I have to give Kobe his credit. He spent all 20 of those years on the same team. I'm not one of these old heads that hates when somebody leaves a team. You know what I mean? I'm not over here like LeBron's trash, should have stayed in Cleveland. Like, if the team's not doing right by you, leave. But I think Kobe also deserves significant credit for being a way better leader. KD's plug and play.
I'll agree with you.
Kobe brings the team. Kobe is the head of the snake. KD's a fantastic cog in the wheel. Was he really, not to do the Charles Barkley, but he's more of the bus rider than the bus driver. Kobe was in the driver's seat. He was leading the team. He was bringing the troops. He was also probably a bit much of in terms of being an asshole, but that's so was Jordan.
Exactly.
Everybody loves that guy,
I think kind of another thing for me when it comes to KD versus Kobe, I'll say Kobe should have at least one more Finals MVP because I believe in his 2002 championship he led the playoffs in scoring, and Shaq won it. It's 2002, 2003, I can't remember.
Somewhere around there. I know what season you're talking about for sure.
But Steph won unanimous MVP, lost to LeBron, whatever, and then KD comes and wins 2 straight Finals MVPs. And Steph, like you said, Steph was probably the best player on that team. That's where I kind of disagree with you. I agree with you in the sense that he was a better leader for sure. But I think first KD to come in on an already absolutely stacked Warriors team and get both of those Finals MVPs is kind of like the deal sealer for me, for lack of a better phrase.
I think that's fair because it is Steph Curry bias at the end of the day. I love that guy. I love that.
Who doesn't?
Dude, he's the best. But when to me, Tyronn Lue talked about it where he said, I don't know if you've seen it. I'm sure we all have the clip of him saying like, we were doubling Steph. Like, oh yeah, like KD might have been the best player, but they were doubling Steph. You were way more scared of Steph. And I think KD was insane in those 2 finals runs, but none of those stack up to winning one with Pau Gasol, in my opinion. Pau Gasol, obviously great, top 75 player of all time. I'm not on here trying to call Pau Gasol trash, but he's definitely
not Pau Gasol.
Yeah, the comments. This guy despises Pau Gasol. Pau was great, but he's not Steph Curry. You know what I mean? That anybody wins those chips. If you add any great player to the 2017 Warriors, if you take KD off and you said who are the top 10 players in the league, you add any of those guys, they're all winning it too. You know what I mean? Maybe not Finals
especially
MVP,
in that year.
I mean, if you added Kawhi instead of KD, that team is insane. Like, there's a lot of guys who I think could have done what Kevin Durant did, and just I don't know. I don't want it to sound like hating, but I got to knock him a little bit.
No, I think you're right.
No, man, just be honest.
That might have been one of the greatest rosters. I mean, already is one of the greatest rosters of all time, but with Kawhi, like that level of two-way ability with the scoring that Kawhi brings is next level. I want to ask you guys, if today we were somehow able to resurrect the 2021 Nets and the 2009 Lakers, who do you think would win that in a 7-game series?
Oh,
Ooh.
is
I mean, does
everyone
anyone get
healthy?
hurt?
Yeah, that's like
They're
that's
healthy
the
to
deal
start the
breaker.
playoffs, we'll say. Injury from there is out of
If
our
we're
hands.
saying if we're saying to start the playoffs, give me the Lakers because one of those guys is going down. But if they're healthy, I mean that's probably really really close. I don't know. I thought you were
I,
going to get into the 2018 Warriors and the 2000 Lakers. That's where I thought you were going when you were comparing teams.
Well, because
What
when
do
those
I
are
you
think
both
think?
about
tough.
it, you bring up a great point when you talk about KD wasn't he was the bus rider, not the bus driver. Because you're right, KD kind of went to all these teams where he could have taken the leadership role. Like when he went to, I guess Phoenix, maybe not because Devin Booker's still the guy, but KD is better, and KD could have went there and created a culture around him being a leader there, and he didn't. Same thing in Brooklyn, and they couldn't get anything done. And so it kind of stands to be criticized when you look at two teams where Kobe only had Pau Gasol and like Andrew Bynum. I don't even know who else was on this team
Andrew Bynum.
And Ron Artest just killing people, just
versus
beating the shit out of
had like
people.
legends like Blake Griffin, James Harden, even Karis LeVert's good now. I wouldn't call him a legend, but he was on that team.
Legendary Karis LeVert.
Okay, I think we need some context to that Nets team. How many games did they play together? Like 30?
And they won like all of them. They were
And they
awesome
won
when
like
they
all
all
of them.
played.
Blake
They
Griffin
were
was fucking
awesome.
old. LaMarcus Aldridge was fucking old.
Yeah, I'm not counting those
Kyrie
guys.
tore his ACL or whatever happened in like the
Yeah.
15th game. James Harden was at the fucking strip club every night. It was literally only KD.
James Harden lives it. James
He
Harden knows how to
does. He
live. He's
does.
just up to shit all the time, no matter
His
where he's at.
jersey is retired in strip clubs around Houston.
That guy better not ever play in Miami.
Oh man, it'd be over.
That guy would get fat so fast.
Oh, he'd be even fatter than he already is.
Dude, he'd get so fat in Miami. He'd be running around. Who's that fat baseball player?
Oh, Prince Fielder?
I don't know. Yeah, he'd look like Prince Fielder in like 3 weeks in Miami.
You put Zion
No
on
neck,
like,
just all.
oh my god, that would be the heaviest team.
Dude, at 6'5", he'd look like a D tackle in like 6 weeks after playing in Miami. He'd be out there like
Aaron
Vince
Donald running
Wilfork.
around.
Yeah. You have Warren Sapp playing shooting guard for the Miami Heat. All right, shit talk aside though. That Nets team really was unbelievable.
It
My
was
thing,
so well composed.
my thing though, again, weirdly to me, that was kind of Kyrie's team. So for Phoenix, I understand that D Book been there forever. I don't expect him to come in and be like, me. This is my shit. Like the GM, you listen to me. You know what I mean? That's fine. D Book was already an established star there, but the Nets were his chance. The Nets were, you're going there and you're meeting with two other guys who didn't play there, and this is your chance to be. I'm one. Kyrie, you're a great two. You be a great two. Harden, go be the greatest three in the history of basketball. You know what I mean? Just be. You can be our Ron Artest, which is insane, which is nuts. Yeah, and I just think don't get me wrong, man. I love KD, and I love the fact that at the end of the day, what he's about is just hoops. Also, I hope I'm not screaming into this mic because
No, you're good. You're good.
Because I have headphones on, and I've never recorded with headphones on, so I feel like I'm just like the whole time.
No, you're perfect. Don't worry, you're good.
But like I was saying, I just feel like as much as I love Kevin Durant, and I love the fact that at the end of the day, I love that his mentality is like, I'm just here to hoop. You know what I mean? I'm just here to get buckets. I'm just here to be better than I was yesterday. But also at some point, you got to show me that you're the one, that you're that guy. You don't have to go in and be like, you don't have to go into a press conference and be like, is this thing on? Fuck Kyrie. This is my team. But like, give me something. You know what I mean? He's never been, I guess in OKC, he was that guy, but he shit the bed.
He was a kid too, like he was young.
That's fair.
He was really young. He was really young.
And I will be honest with you, the minute that I got the notification on Twitter from Woj saying that he joined the Warriors, I was so fucking mad.
Oh my God.
That's one thing I will say about him.
I was the opposite. I looked like Michael Jordan
yeah,
that game. I was at the house just losing my shit.
Because you're up 3-1.
Dude.
And you blow it, and then you go and join the team. I love KD, but that was probably the bitchiest move I've ever seen any player in any sport ever make.
That might be the softest move in sports history. But also, okay, KD gets a lot of hate for that. I'm a Warriors fan, so I'm not going to hate him as much for it. That's for sure. That shit was awesome. But we have to be honest. That also was the most beautiful basketball ever played.
Yes,
I
100%.
don't
No
think
argument.
them in the 2010 Spurs. I don't know if there's ever been better looking basketball than the Warriors with like it was beautiful.
Yeah,
And
the
I'm
Spurs
sure
were
it
ball
sucked.
movement. Fucking everybody touches the ball in every possession, and the Warriors are just like, boom, catch three. Here, everyone touch the ball.
I'm
Boom,
sure it
catch three.
sucked for every other team ever. But
Yeah.
for me, I was at the house like, dude, this is sick.
He
So
can-
I'll agree with you.
horrible.
Softest move ever. But do you think that the Nets win that series? Because I got to be honest, I'm actually really indecisive on it. Who the hell's guarding Pau Gasol? But also, who's guarding Kyrie?
I really think the Nets would win that series in a close 7 games. But it's kind of like you said when we were comparing eras and Kobe played in the dead ball era. Which era are we playing in? Because if it's now, the Nets might honestly sweep them. But
I don't know about a sweep, but it would be good.
Who's guarding Shaq? Who's guarding Shaq in the paint? Nobody.
Oh, we're talking. Oh, hold on. We're talking about 09 though.
09.
He said 09.
Oh, we're talking about 09.
Okay.
Oh, if we were talking about the Shaq team, give me Kobe and Shaq.
I don't think I'll take Kobe. I mean, you're saying
09 is a question though.
Pau Gasol, who's guarding, who's guarding Kobe? You got KD on Kobe, and I think Kobe's that guy. Kobe might be one of the greatest one-on-one players of all time.
I will say, when I'm actually thinking about the matchups, I don't know if I think that the 2009 Lakers win. I think that that's really, truly a difficult one to pick. But if you're just going off of like who's got the mismatches here, it is the Lakers. Because I don't think Kobe's guarding KD. I think Ron Artest is guarding KD, and he's going to beat the shit out of Kevin Durant in that series. And
you think Kobe's guarding Kyrie?
I think Kobe's on Kyrie. Yeah. And I don't think that that's likely. By no means. I don't think he's holding Kyrie to 17 points a game. No. But like that's going to be hell for Kyrie, especially if you're playing in 2009. That's going to be a rough time.
That's fair.
I think it depends on the era, for sure. But I also, who the hell was the power forward / center on that? Let's assume that they're just going to run Pau Gasol at the 5 and put Ron Artest at the 4 for whatever.
It was Lamar Odom was the power forward and Josh Powell backing him up.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Lamar.
On the Nets?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the
I forgot. I remember Lamar. Okay, so yeah, Lamar Odom at the 4?
It was Jeff Green and Blake Griffin.
And who was running the 5? Green. They didn't have Claxton yet, did they?
No. They did have they did not have Claxton. They had LaMarcus Aldridge and Jared Allen.
Jared Allen.
Okay. Oh, Jared Allen.
I forgot they had Allen back in that year.
I forgot he ever played for the Nets. That guy is like in my mind, he's like a lifelong Cav.
Even though he was forever.
I thought they had Claxton. They did have him as well.
I mean, I like Jared Allen, but him and 57-year-old LaMarcus Aldridge are about to have a really shitty time guarding this pick and roll. But I mean, that's where it is because I think that the Nets team is probably more talented, but they kind of almost have a surplus of guys who will go get you a bucket and won't play any defense.
Yeah.
Like the games would be 130 to 125.
Yeah. Who's guarding Kobe? Kevin Durant?
Probably.
I think that's a fine matchup, but also he's going to be so tired in that series.
I think his ass bust.
You got to guard Kobe. Kobe's going to play 45 minutes a game. Like, if this is the finals, he's in the best shape of anybody on the planet. If this is the NBA finals, he's locked in, right? Kobe's playing 40 minutes, and then KD has to guard Kobe, and then go down and deal with Ron Artest throwing elbows and doing all kinds of ridiculous shit.
Pulling out Glocks.
Yeah, Ron Artest is hitting you with an uppercut at half court. Like, I think Kevin Durant, he's going to have a good series, but that guy's going to be exhausted. Kyrie, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure Kobe's going to get tired from having to guard Kyrie. I don't know, man. That's a tough one.
That's a tough matchup. I want the people to know that I absolutely love Kobe Bryant, and it sounds like I'm shitting on him, but I'm not. And one thing I kind of also want to address while we're on the topic of this is I think the narrative on both sides of Kobe has changed since he did unfortunately pass away. You know, his haters have started hating him even more, and his lovers have started loving him even more, which is not necessarily a bad thing because that's the discourse of sports, right? But I think the narrative around him from both sides has sort of changed. I might be on either side. I'm not sure. And not that I hate Kobe. I fucking love Kobe. But I don't, even when he was alive and when he retired, he wasn't still in my top 10 person.
I think that you're 100% right in terms of both sides just being like, fuck. As soon as this guy died, rest in peace, Kobe, by the way. God,
Oh,
what
100%.
that was one of the saddest days in NBA history. Good God. But when Kobe passed, I felt like when Kobe was alive. So I was in high school right before Kobe passed. Like I graduated in 2020. I'm an old looking 22, but Kobe Kobe passed when I was a senior in high school. And the first 3 years of my high school experience, everybody I talked to, I felt like had Kobe in their top 3, top 5. People who hated Kobe were like, had him outside of the top 5. And then Kobe passed, and it was either Kobe's top 3, and if you disagree, you're an idiot.
Exactly.
Or I have Kobe at 19. Like, dudes, like Kobe died, and people were putting Kobe below Kevin Garnett and shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened there. This guy died, and like right after like it wore off. You know what I mean? Like right after a tragedy. You know what I mean? You're not allowed to make any jokes for like 2 years, and then it's fine. After like 2 years, after like a year passed, after the Lakers won the chip, so that must have like healed that to them for some reason.
Yeah.
Those guys were just allowed to be like, he's not better than Jerry West. Get the fuck out of here. Cut it
Give me
out.
Charles Barkley.
Yeah, let's be serious here. Let's be adults. Let's not put Kobe at 14. To me that's too much.
I find that absurd. Kobe at 14 for me is
Where do you have Kobe?
I have Kobe in my top 5. I think I want to put him at 3 solely because I don't think anyone did what MJ did until Kobe. And Kobe was the closest thing we had to MJ. He was the only guy that people feared going down the court against. He, like you said, he was the best bad shot maker. Like, he was the kind of guy as the Mamba mentality. He kind of built a culture around basketball where it really was like, you're going to die for this shit. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to kill you for this. And it's those kinds of aspects that transcend Kobe for me, but I can also see Kareem was really good. I get it, I'm not old, but Kareem was really good. There's a couple other guys that I think I can see an argument for, but I think I would put him at a hard 4 on my list.
I think I also have him at 4, which like if you asked me this question like 2 years ago, I would have had him at like 6 or 7. But I've honestly dropped Magic out of my top 5.
Really?
That's out because I put Steph there. I'm a Warriors fan, so
I'm also with it though. Steph changed the game. Like
I got Steph.
Someone like
A lot of people are going to call me an idiot. I have him at 5. I have Steph at 5. So that's really high. A lot of people think that's high. I can live with that. My buddies are all like, you have him above Tim Duncan? Yeah. Yeah.
The big fundamental.
Big fundamental.
Hey, Timmy D was that guy though.
He was.
Timmy D was that guy.
I kind of want to say also about Kobe, like kind of what Osama was saying. The stories we hear about him, like, are all from retired guys, and I don't think to the same volume, but maybe to the same kind of lesson in what the story is about when it comes to guarding Kevin Durant and playing Kevin Durant as a player. Once KD and this kind of older generation of players retire, we will start hearing the same narrative about Kevin Durant.
That guy, one of the shittiest matchups of all time.
Like who are you going to put that's going to hold him to under 20?
You're not going to put a 7-footer on him, and you can't put a guy who's 6'7" on him.
No.
What are you going to do? He's one of the craziest mismatches in NBA history.
You're just going to put a hand in his face in hopes that he fucking misses the shot.
He's guarding you. He's 7 foot with a 7 foot wingspan. It's just like this. And it's like,
yeah. I'm sure. I don't know how much you guys actually play pickup basketball, but given that we're sitting here talking about basketball, I'm sure that all of us like to, at least go to the park every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you guys have all guarded a guy way taller than you, and you're just like, fuck. Like,
it's fucking impossible.
If you've ever guarded a guy who's like 5 inches taller than you and is a shot maker, you're just like, well,
GG.
Hope he misses this one. I better crash the glass.
Yeah, literally. Oh, boys.
Get the Febreze out.
Time on this Zoom.
Yeah. I played against a guy who was 7'2" at okay, so for some
How are you?
I'm 6'6".
Oh wow.
So I'm a big dude. But I played against a guy who was 7'2" one time at UC Davis. He busted my ass. I played great defense, but it was just post hooks of hell the whole time. It's like, I was like, this is what it feels like to have to guard. I mean, that was my version of having to guard Kevin Durant. Like, I'm just Just hope, please miss this.
Hand in the face.
Yeah, I'm
Literally,
crashing the glass.
If I did that, bro, the guy could still shoot over me.
Yeah, you just have to hit him with the box out of doom. You have no. So I do think if you were saying who would I rather have to guard, it's probably Kobe, which is insane to say. But there is credit where credit is due. That half of defending Kevin Durant is a prayer.
Yeah,
you're just like, fuck. Let's hope it's an off night. Let's hope he puts his foot on the line. But hot take, maybe not a hot take, but I don't think they win that. If his foot's not on the line and he makes that, who would they have played in the finals? When was that? That was 2021, right? That was Giannis's ring?
Yeah, that was Giannis's ring, and the Bucks beat. Who did they beat?
The Bucks beat the Suns. The Bucks beat the Suns.
The Suns in the final. Who did they beat in the ECF? Because that was the second one.
The Eastern Conference Finals was
Bucks.
Was that? It was Bucks Celtics, right? Or was it Bucks
Celtics?
Heat? It was either Celtics or Heat. I think it was the Heat.
Was it the Hawks? Is this a real bracket? The Hawks?
Oh shit!
It was.
He did beat the Hawks.
Oh my god, that looks like a fever dream.
Fuck. Imagine beating the Hawks to go to the finals.
Forgot the Hawks actually had a little run.
There was no competition.
Okay, so they must have played the Heat or the Celtics earlier then. It must have been a first round matchup.
Yeah, the Celtics lost to the Nets in the first round. Bucks beat Miami in the first round.
Right.
Okay, that checks out. Maybe actually, I don't know. That team, maybe I threw that take out of my ass because I don't know. Them against Phoenix would have been interesting.
It would have been a hell of a series to watch.
Mikal Bridges is a great matchup for Kevin Durant. That's a fun matchup. He's still
all right, guys. We're under a minute here on the Zoom with what time's left. I want you guys both to take 10 seconds to say anything that you still have on your mind. You got anything else cooking in the brain? Anything?
I think we addressed everything, but I also think we found a little bit of common ground, which is good because that's very rare in sports debates.
Man, this is very civil. I'm proud of you guys.
Yeah, I love actually coming on here and having a real conversation and not just yelling at each other. It's great. It was fun. It was a good time.
It was fun.
And I don't think that you don't know ball. I think you know ball.
Thank you. I just think you know ball.
I think that the scoring gap is here and that the defensive gap is here. That's where I'm resting my laurels at. That's my
same thing for me, but just in the direction of Pete.
That's beautiful.
I think that's fair.
Matt, we can't wait to have you back on through the basketball and NFL season. I know you're a Raiders fan, so we'd love to have you on for more conversations going forward.
For sure.
So much for taking the time to come in the locker room and get sweaty with us sweaty idiots.